Hello and welcome to our Passport for Learning program, a resource made available by the education team at the George H.W. Bush Library and Museum. This will enrich student understanding of the Constitution aligned with examples from President Bush's legacy. My name is Ivy, and today I will be your host. This important resource enriches our learning experience with a deeper understanding of the Constitution and how President Bush's actions followed the rule of law. We will cover how the Passport for Learning may be adapted and used. This program is intended for all grade levels. The difficulty may be scaled up or down, depending on student needs. Here's a quick overview of the Passport itself. The Passport will cover examples from President Bush's lifetime of public service and goals and principles of the Constitution, including enrichment activities. Also, there are 4 learning game apps to play. Page 2 is for you to write your name. If you don't have a printer, students may take several pieces of paper and fold them hamburger style. Then they can stuff the pieces of paper into each other and you have a little booklet. To keep it secure, you can use a stapler or even a piece of string. Please have them write their name and date it. Go ahead and pause to make a booklet. Welcome back. On pages 3 and 4 are the pillars to live by. These are successful principles and practices of President Bush leading to actions he took throughout his life. The 3 pillars to live by are lifetime of service, putting people first in decision-making, and building relationships to better the world. Page 3 is a series of visual and written examples of the pillars to live by. Page 4 is a student activity, where students can either use page 3 as research material, or you may create examples from your life. At this point, you can either designate a page in the booklet or use a printout. Depending on the grade, either your student may draw a picture or write a paragraph. This uses social studies and language arts skills at the same time. Other options include making a word web, using one of the pillars as the central idea, and placing a mix of examples from the Passport and from the student's personal life around it. Here's an example of what I mean. I went ahead and filled in one of the bubbles, but the great thing about this is that this activity can be scaled up or down. Many of the jobs President Bush held on behalf of our nation, congressman, vice president, and president, among other roles, are established by the United States Constitution as the framework for our rule of law. Starting on page 5 of the Passport, we talk about different aspects of the Constitution. We begin with a matching activity. The objective is to match the goals of the Constitution to the image and definition that best represents each goal. Page 6 is a similar activity, but with a focus to match the principles of the Constitution to the image and definition that best fits each principle. If you like, you may mix and match the following activity ideas to help your students learn better. One option is to have students recreate the matching activity in their booklets, then match the concept to the image and definition. Another option, much along the same lines, is to have students make mini posters. They can draw their own version of an image, such as a diagram of the checks and balances system, then label it with the correct photo or cartoon caption. This type of activity can be scaled up or down depending on grade. For younger students, the focus may be to make posters of each branch of government, and for older students, it could involve making a children's book of these concepts. Then they may record a video of themselves reading it aloud. With proper parent and teacher permissions, these videos may be shared to younger grades to assist in helpful learning. The sheer number of possibilities are just astounding to think about. Scrolling down to page 7, there are 6 major jobs that a president does in office. For example, President George H.W. Bush acted as chief diplomat when he signed the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty with Gorbachev of the Soviet Union. How do bills become law is on page 8. This could also be set up as a word web. Students can refer to page 3 for examples of actions taken by President Bush. What does a president have to do to make a bill into a law is page 9. To add some complexity for older grades, map out all the ways a president can veto or reject making a bill into law. Constitution Connections is on page 10. Students may use the reference materials within the passport itself or even be assigned a broader research assignment in answering these questions. Another option here is to have students choose one example from each category and draw a picture or political cartoon. Page 11 features QR codes of 4 learning game apps. These are interactive and fun. For example, in Cold War Dare, the player is the president making vital decisions. Thank you for joining us on this video today. Today we talked a bit about President Bush's legacy and its connection to the Constitution, as well as several enrichment activity options. All of these activities may be done with one of our premier programs to enrich student understanding of the Constitution. Make sure to remember to check out our other programs at bush41.org. If you have any questions or comments, please contact us at bush.education@nara.gov. Again, that is bush, B-U-S-H, .education at NARA, which is NARA.gov. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful day.